Introduction. The book, simply titled Steve Jobs, and written by Walter Isaacson, is a comprehensive and detailed biography that covers Jobs' life from his early years to his rise as a tech icon and co-founder of Apple. By reading this book, you can gain insights into Jobs' unique approach to business, his creativity, and his determination to change the world through technology. You'll also learn about his struggles, failures, and successes, and how he transformed Apple into one of the most successful and influential companies in the world. This book is not only informative, but also inspiring, as it shows how one person's passion and drive can make a huge impact on the world. If you're interested in technology, entrepreneurship, or simply want to learn more about one of the most fascinating figures in recent history, Steve Jobs, is a book you won't want to miss. Hello guys, welcome to our channel. In this video we are going to see a summary of Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. If you're ready to start living your best life and making a positive impact in the world, let's dive into this summary. Introduction. Steve Jobs is a biography of Steve Jobs, the co-founder and former CEO of Apple Inc., written by Walter Isaacson. The book is a comprehensive look at Jobs' life, from his childhood to his untimely death in 2011. It is based on interviews conducted with Jobs and those close to him, as well as extensive research into his life and work. The book is divided into 4 main parts, each of which covers a specific period of Jobs' life and work. Part 1, Childhood. The first part of the book, Childhood, is dedicated to exploring Steve Jobs' formative years, providing readers with an in-depth understanding of his early life and the experiences that shaped him into the person he became. Jobs was born in San Francisco at 1955 to Joanne Shebal and Abdulfatah Jandali, 2 unmarried college students. Joanne gave Jobs up for adoption, and he was raised by Paul and Clara Jobs in Mountain View, California. From an early age, Jobs showed a keen interest in electronics and technology, often tinkering with electronics parts and gadgets in his father's garage. He was a curious child who loved to explore and experiment, which sometimes got him into trouble. Jobs' parents often struggled to deal with his rebellious nature, and he was frequently in trouble both at home and in school. The book describes how Jobs' meeting with Steve Wozniak in high school marked the beginning of a lifelong friendship and partnership that would change the course of technology history. Jobs and Wozniak shared a passion for technology and a love for pranks, which brought them closer together. They started collaborating on technology projects, including building blue boxes, which allowed them to make free long-distance phone calls. After high school, Jobs briefly attended Reed College in Oregon but dropped out after just 6 months. He then traveled to India in search of spiritual enlightenment and experimented with psychedelic drugs. Jobs' experiences in India would have a significant impact on his worldview and personal philosophy, shaping his ideas about simplicity and the importance of design. Upon returning to California, Jobs started attending meetings of the Homebrew Computer Club, where he was introduced to the world of personal computing. He quickly recognized the potential of the emerging technology and began collaborating with Wozniak on building their own computers. This eventually led to the founding of Apple in 1976, with Jobs serving as the driving force behind the company's vision and mission. Part 2, The Rise of Apple. The second part of the book covers Jobs' early years at Apple. This chapter covers the period from the founding of Apple in 1976 to Jobs' departure from the company in 1985. The book highlights Jobs' key role in the development of Apple's first products, including the Apple I computer, which was a commercial success. Jobs' strong design sense and his insistence on creating user-friendly products that were both functional and aesthetically pleasing were instrumental in Apple's early success. The book also portrays Jobs' demanding management style and his sometimes volatile temper. He was known to be uncompromising and sometimes abrasive in his interactions with employees and partners. Despite his difficult personality, however, Jobs was widely respected and admired for his vision and his ability to inspire his team to achieve great things. In 1983, Jobs brought in John Sculley, a former CEO of Pepsi, to be the CEO of Apple. At the time, Apple was facing increasing competition from IBM and other tech giants, and Jobs believed that Sculley could help take the company to the next level. However, the relationship between Jobs and Sculley quickly deteriorated, with the two men clashing over strategic direction and leadership style. In 1985, Sculley, with the support of the Apple board, made the decision to fire Jobs from the company he had founded. This was a major blow for Jobs, who had poured his heart and soul into Apple and had become synonymous with the brand. Part 3, The Wilderness Years. The Wilderness Years covers the period from 1985 to 1997 when Jobs was away from Apple and trying to find his place in the world. After being fired from the company he had founded, Jobs struggled to come to terms with his ousting and felt lost without a sense of direction. The book outlines Jobs' attempt to start a new computer company called Next, which was intended to build advanced workstations for the higher education and business markets. Jobs wanted to create a superior product with an emphasis on user-friendliness and advanced software. However, Next was never as successful as Apple, and Jobs struggled to establish the company as a major player in the industry. Despite this setback, Jobs was able to find success with his other company, Pixar. He founded the company in 1986 and it went on to produce several successful animated films, including Toy Story and Finding Nemo. Pixar's success was a bright spot for Jobs during a difficult time, and the company was eventually sold to Disney for $7.4 billion, making Jobs one of the largest individual shareholders of Disney stock. During this period, Jobs also had a tumultuous personal life. He got married and had children, but he struggled to balance his work and family commitments. Jobs' wife, Lauren Powell Jobs, describes him as a difficult person to be around, who was often preoccupied with his work and distant from his family. In addition to his personal struggles, Jobs also faced health problems during this period. In 2003, he was diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer, and he underwent surgery to remove the tumor. He initially downplayed the severity of his illness, but over time he became increasingly open about his health struggles. Part 4, The Return to Apple. The fourth and final part of Steve Jobs covers Jobs' return to Apple and the company's resurgence under his leadership. This section of the book details the years from 1996 until his untimely death in 2011. After being fired from Apple in 1985, Jobs struggled to find his place in the world. He started a new computer company called Next, which focused on creating high-end computers for the education and business markets. Despite initial success, Next struggled to gain traction in the market, and it was eventually acquired by Apple in 1996. Jobs returned to Apple as an advisor, but it quickly became clear that the company was in dire need of leadership. In 1997, he was named interim CEO, and he soon took the company in a new direction. One of Jobs' first moves as CEO was to streamline Apple's product line. He eliminated many of the company's less successful products and focused on a few key products, including the iMac, which was released in 1998. The iMac was a major success, and it marked the beginning of Apple's resurgence. Under Jobs' leadership, Apple focused on design and innovation. Jobs was a notorious perfectionist, and he demanded that all Apple products be both functional and aesthetically pleasing. He pushed his designers to create products that were not just useful but beautiful, and this focus on design became a key part of the company's identity. In 2001, Apple released the iPod, a portable digital music player that revolutionized the music industry. The iPod was followed by the iTunes Store, which allowed customers to purchase and download music directly to their iPods. These products cemented Apple's place in the music industry and set the stage for the company's future success. The iPhone, which was released in 2007, was another major success for Apple. The iPhone combined a phone, a music player, and a computer into one sleek device, and it quickly became the company's flagship product. The App Store, which was introduced in 2008, allowed third-party developers to create applications for the iPhone, further expanding its capabilities. The iPad, which was released in 2010, was another major hit for Apple. The iPad was a tablet computer that allowed users to consume and create content in new ways. It quickly became a popular device for reading books, watching movies, and browsing the web. Jobs also oversaw the development of Apple's retail stores, which became a critical part of the company's success. Jobs insisted that the stores be designed with the same attention to detail as Apple's products, and he believed that they should be a place where customers could experience Apple's products in a hands-on way. Throughout his years at Apple, Jobs' health was a concern. He had been diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer in 2003, and although he initially refused medical treatment, he eventually underwent surgery. He took several leaves of absence from Apple due to his health, and in 2011, he announced that he was stepping down as CEO. Jobs passed away on October 5, 2011, at the age of 56. His death was widely mourned, and many people saw it as the end of an era in the technology industry. However, Jobs' legacy lives on, both through the products he helped create and the way he changed the way people think about technology and design. Steve Jobs, by Walter Isaacson, provides a comprehensive and candid look at the life of one of the most innovative and influential figures in the technology industry. The book covers Jobs' life from his early years to his untimely death, detailing his successes, failures, personal struggles, and impact on the world. Jobs' leadership at Apple led to the creation of some of the most iconic products in history, such as the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, and his influence continues to shape the technology industry to this day. Despite his successes, Jobs also faced personal and professional setbacks, including his firing from Apple in 1985 and his battle with pancreatic cancer. However, he remained a visionary and a driving force in the industry until his death in 2011. Overall, Steve Jobs is a must-read for anyone interested in technology, entrepreneurship, or innovation. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more videos.